Howdy folks, Gabriel here, and in this video I'm going to answer a question from a viewer, Paul, who asked beneath another video of mine in a comment. Great question. How do you find that place along the spiritual path and just in life in general? Rather than these highs and lows of life, of having these peak experiences and then these doldrums, how do you find just basic, sort of a more constant happiness and just a more of a steadiness and evenness in life, rather than being pulled around by your feelings, your emotions, various circumstances in life? And I will readily admit that I don't have a nice, simple, easy answer on that one. I haven't found that plateau of happiness myself yet by any means. But I think there are certainly a few basic concepts and good things to keep in mind. One thing that comes to mind is simply to have a regular spiritual practice of some kind. Daily meditation, regular yoga. Yoga for me just brings me back to the moment. I can be, my mind scattered, thinking about different things, worrying about various things, and I get into the yoga and I come into the present, I come into my body, and afterwards then that carries me through for a while afterwards. It isn't just that 1 hour of peace, but it really changes your perspective going forwards from there. So finding something that can anchor you in the course of your daily, weekly schedule that will bring you back to that centered place of being in the moment, being present, being more at peace. Now, beyond that, of course, relationships are crucial in life. Probably the most important aspect of life, I would say, is your relationships. So finding relationships with people who actually support you and aren't pulling you around and abusing you and bringing you down and generally bringing drama into your life. That's a obvious basic one. Just to think about, are there relationships in your life that you might be better without? And if so, then how can you take the steps to correct that and leave those relationships behind, or else communicate to this person in such a way as to change the dynamic somehow and make it so that relationship isn't such a an unpleasant thing in your life. Pardon me, there's a rash of mosquitoes here, late spring in the Rocky Mountains. Now, something else that is extremely important is finding some kind of creative outlet. Something that you can put your creative energy, your juice into, that actually gets you excited, gets you moving forward, makes you want to, get up in the morning and get going on whatever project. Something that your energy can flow into, that really, brings forth your passion and your excitement and your happiness and gets your energy going. I would say getting out in nature is a good one. Here I am sitting here in the middle of the woods in Jasper National Park, Alberta, Canada, and despite the fact that I'm being accosted by mosquitoes, just to get some peace and quiet away from the hustle and bustle of modern day civilization, which just has such a tendency to, boggle our minds and stress us out and give us things to worry about and be anxious about, because there's just so much busyness, so much pressure, so many expectations. If you live in a big city and you have a car, chances are there's some nature somewhere not that far away, within an hour's drive. Otherwise, parks, somewhere you can go where you can get away from the noise of the city and get a break from things, take a seat, relax, hear some peace and quiet, hopefully, and get a little perspective on modern day life. Self-love is extremely important. Just to honor yourself, acknowledge yourself, stop banging yourself over the head for your faults and your mistakes and thinking that you should be more perfect. Having patience with yourself and recognizing that we all have our imperfections, we all make our mistakes, we all have screwed up, made the wrong choices and decisions, and just to accept yourself for that and not overly worry about mistakes that you've made in the past. Seek to correct them, seek to learn from them, seek to take responsibility for them, but not to be totally wrapped up in kicking yourself, banging yourself over the head for your faults and your weaknesses. I would say finding some sort of physical activity is very important, something that gets you into your body. It could be yoga or something, but it doesn't have to be obviously something spiritual versus the non-spiritual. It could just be going on walks, going on hikes, running, swimming, bicycling, something that gets you into your body, gets your energy flowing, and gets you in shape, and just makes you glad to be in this physical body. We are spiritual beings, but we are human beings with a physical form, and that is a very important aspect of our experience. We shouldn't be so focused on the spiritual path that we're only meditating and doing creative visualization and these various mental exercises, reading and altering our belief systems, but acknowledge that the physical form, the physical self, is an important aspect of who we are, and nourish that